Welcome back, everyone. This is MandoAllday, back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Batman from the Black Adam comics. This is the page punch version, and also this is a Target exclusive. As always, we're going to be taking a look at the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. But before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box. What the front of the box looks like. This side, the back, the other side, where you can see it better, top, and bottom. Now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card, so here's the front of the card looks like, the back of the card. It does come with this batarang. It's actually like kind of a silver, not silver. Wow, can't speak. Like a gray, a really light gray color to it. And it does come with a regular stand. And so this is a page punch. It does come with a comic. So this is the front of the comic looks like. It's black and white, or black and gray, however you want to call it, but no color on the comic except for the Black Adam. And in terms of the comic itself, it's very similar to the other ones in this line. Very simple. Again, not simple, but very good quality paper. Same comic. To me, I think would have been a really cool idea is if the black and white version, because it seems like to me McFarlane is going to be doing that, where they're going to do one figure of the line with black and white or black and light gray, however you want to call it. And I wish the comic that included with it was also same thing as opposed to color. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. That would have been a cool little idea, but again, it's the same comic book, so just the covers doesn't have any color to it. So let's take a look at the figure itself. Now this is exactly the exact same figure as the other one, and I'll link in the description, or I'll have a link to the previous video I did of that's colored version, I guess you can say. But we'll take a look at this one. And again, similar to the other one, very detailed, very good looking figure. But the main thing about this figure is going to be the paint. And again, in terms of the sculpture, it's good, the same as the other one. Articulation, it's good, left and right, up and down, very limited. But the the paint is really stands out. And I dig the paint, man. The paint looks very cool. Shoulder articulation on this figure was pretty stiff. There we go. There's some, but not a whole lot because it hits right here. But some shoulder articulation, bicep articulation, there's some. Elbow, and of course, wrist. So, in terms of the articulation, very similar to the previous one, the colored one. But, like I said, the main difference is going to be the paint. The paint is different. Now, I really like the paint. I like the concept of the paint. I think it looks very cool. But I will say, though, even though the paint looks cool, it in this particular figure, it hides all that detail. Because, again, you got to watch my other video where you can see the full color version. And having this one painted like this, it's a disservice, in my opinion, to this figure. Because all that detail is just hidden in there. You can still see all that detail on the gauntlets, right? On the knuckles. All that stitching, right? You can still see it's there. It's present. But it's all overshadowed by the color of the black and, again, black and white or black and very light gray. But, again, very same sculpture design. It looks good, though. I like the look of it. Torso articulation is still the same, good. But everything else, again, same figure, just different paint. This is what you call a repaint. And here's the cape of it. Again, it looks cool, man. I like the color, don't get me wrong. But I think they should have painted a different... If McFarlane had a choice, if someone brought to him and said, you know what, McFarlane, for this Black Adam Page Punchers wave, which figure should we color black and white? I probably would not chosen Batman because it hides all that detail. But I get it. It's because Batman sells. I get it. But to me, he should have done another figure. Maybe do a Black Adam black and white, or black and gray, or whatever you want to call it, or maybe Superman. But to me, having it this kind of colored, I think it's a disservice because look at all that detail on the sculpture. It's just fantastic. The utility belt looks good, very detailed, but again, it hides it away because of the paint. It's not a bad thing. It's just, again, I prefer the colored one. Leg articulation, good. Knees, good. Ankles, of course, good. Toes, good. And again, similar stitching that's on top here. The design that's on here, the stitching, is also on the leg as well too. So it has that kind of style and stitching to it. And I gotta say though, the sculpture design is very, very, very good. I'm telling you, you gotta go to my YouTube channel and then you'll see the other video of this one. You can see all the detail. And you can still see the detail here, but unfortunately, you really have to look close to it to really take a notice of it. And again, this is a perfect example of you can have an amazing sculpture, but the paint is what's going to make it stand out. And again, this is a cool paint concept. I like it. Don't get me wrong, but not this figure, man. I wouldn't have done the Batman because it's so good and so detailed. But anyways, I really dig it, man. And one thing I did notice too, and this is a bit of a nitpicking, but also it's, I don't want to say it's deceiving, but the way, look at the abs, right? Look at the paint. Look at the black, right? Look at the black. Then look at the black hair. Also here, his face is painted half one color, half the other. This one's like half, but also painted there. So it's not consistent in terms of how it looks. Oops. Let me see. There you go. Look at the face paint, right? And then look at the face paint. So it's not as consistent as, oh, look at the abs too. Look at the abs. So it's not consistent as what is shown here on the box. Is it a big deal? Personally, for me, no. But yeah, it is what it is. Now the main question is it worth your price? Worth the purchase price? Personally, I still think it is a fantastic looking figure, and yes, I still think it's a definitely worth purchase price, because again, there's a lot of detail on it. Regardless of the paint, there's a lot of detail, but I do have to kind of ding it a little bit because that paint, though, even though it looks cool and I like it, it overshadows all that detail. But regardless, though, I dig it. It still is a good looking figure, cool looking Batman, cool concept. I really, really dig it. And again, this is a Target exclusive, so if you want to get this figure, you have to go to Target. And the main question is it worth it? I think for 25 bucks, you get the figure that's, again, very good detail, a comic, and I think, in my opinion, it's a good purchase for 25 bucks. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on this figure? Do you plan on purchasing this figure? Or did you really purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So it includes overview of Batman from the Black Adam Page Puncher's Wave. This is Target exclusive, and on to the next one.